Hello boys and girls, Buster out here, and welcome back to another Armored Aces tank review. So today we're taking a look at the M48 Patton, which is a tier 1 modern tank. On the stage 3 it is located just before the AMX-30B. And my opinion about the M48 Patton, it's a pretty decent tank. As you can see there, the vehicle model, pretty nice detailing. As you can see here, I'm zooming to show you, and the vehicle is pretty good. First of all, the model here, there we go, and I don't know, I have decent games in it. So let's compare it to the T-55, which is the Russian tier 1. The M48 Patton has more hit points, it deals more damage per shot, but it has a smaller rate of fire. The vehicle speed is slower than the T-55, and the reverse speed is slower as well. The turret turn time is longer. So we are looking here at a tank which is slow. I mean, it's not slow tank, but it's a little bit slower than the T-55, and it has a little bit more hit points and deals a little bit more alpha damage. But the T-55 actually has bigger DPM than the M48 Patton because of the bigger rate of fire. The advantage of the damage per shot of the Patton is not high enough to compensate for the rate of fire. And quite often in a battle, when I'm engaging a M48 Patton, I shoot underneath the Patton, right through the bottom row of wheels of the truck, and the shot goes below the trucks and does no damage. So this will be for the stats review. Now let's take a look at some gameplay that I have to show you with this tank. First game, we're playing on the desert map, and our team is bigger than the enemy team. Here I'm heading for my usual location, and the gun depression on the M48 Patton is actually pretty good. It's really good gun depression, and I like this. As you can see here, I have enough gun depression to fire over this ridge, exposing only my turret, and I have even more gun depression. I can bring my gun even lower, and I'm taking chunks out of this chieftain's health. Now we've managed to destroy the chieftain, and I go forward and I engage the T-64B. My shot goes underneath though, and now I'm aiming for his flank, and I hit it. My teammates are helping me as well, and I managed to pick the kill. And we are moving on to see where is the last enemy tank. It's probably AFK. I think it was AFK, yes. I'm not sure though. We'll have to see. And really, as you can see here, the M48 Patton is really fast tank. It's not a slow tank, it's just a little bit slower than the T-55. And there is the last enemy, it's AFK. And now it's just about who can get the most damage done. And as you saw there on the first engagement of the chieftain, this tank has pretty nice gun depression. The only bad thing about this tank is that it's tier 1 tank. It will always face tier 2s and tier 3s, which have more hit points than you and deal more damage than you. So that's the bad thing. And as you can see, we've managed to kill the last enemy and we win the game. Now let's see the stats here. I did 2190 damage, as you can see here, but I don't finish top because I have 1 kill and my other teammate has 3 kills. Here is quite tricky situation that I have been in. I was alone versus T-64B, and this tank is tier 1, the M48 Patton, and the T-64B is a tier 3 tank, which means that I can't hang around. I must figure out a strategy to outplay him, because he has more hit points than me, and he deals more damage than me, and he can basically 4-shot me if he hits me in the flank, and I need to shoot him more times than he needs to shoot me. And let's not forget that he has bigger rate of fire. Our rate of fire is 9 rounds per minute, and his rate of fire is 10 rounds per minute, which makes it even more impossible to kill him if I engage him one-on-one. So I'm going around the flank. My idea is not to capture the flag. As you can see, I'm watching in the other direction all the time. I want to flank around and come behind him, because I expect him to go through the middle, because he's not afraid of me. I'm tier 1 tank, right? And I expect him to go through the middle, so I go around the flank so he won't spot me, and I'll try to get the sneak on him and get some rear shots, and therefore get some advantage, because otherwise I don't have a chance. As I mentioned, 1 versus 1 with T64B, you can't win with the Patton unless you are pretty lucky, or you circle him, or he's lagging, or you're using some kind of cover. But he capped our flag. At this point I was thinking if he's AFK, but he captured the flag, and I now know that he isn't AFK. And there we go, I spot him, and I'll try to fire at him without exposing anything but my turret. But I get a little excited, so I rush over the ridge because I think he will escape. He's driving backwards, as you can see. So I'm hitting him in the flank, and I'm giving him only my front in order to take less damage but deal more damage to him. This way only I have chance to beat him. And I managed to bounce one shot, but I missed my shot. This was a very important shot, but I missed it. I didn't bounce that one though. And he's basically now... I bounced another shot, which is pretty nice, and he's now one shot. And there we go, managed to pick the victory there. So pretty nice engagement there, one-on-one with this tier 3 Russian modern tank, and I managed to win. And as you can see here, all the damage, of course, because I'm alone. Next game, this is on the other map, and our team is more than the enemy again. We have one extra player, and this time I'm heading, I think, for the hill, or I might be mistaken. I don't remember though where I go. Yes, I'm heading for the hill this time, and I want to use the gun depression on the Patton there on the hill, but I think I changed my mind. Yep, I changed my mind, and I go through the lower part of the hill, not through the top. And I just wait to spot the enemies, see where they are. And there we go, the two enemies are, even all three of them are down in the valley. So I fire through the bush, but I miss. And now I can aim in the chieftain and take chunks out of his health because I hit him in the flank. But he sees me and he returns fire, so I move backwards in order to get out of his view range and to stop shooting me, because he has bigger damage than me, and it's pointless for me to fight against him. There you can see that I escaped from his view range, and he now can no longer see me. And I try to blind shot here the enemies, but after some unsuccessful shots I decided screw this, and I'm attacking. There we go, and M48 Patton spotted, and there we go, you can see that shot went through the bottom of the tracks below the tank and dig straight into the ground below the tank. This happens to me a lot because the Patton is kinda high, and half of the tracks are the bottom half of the tracks. If you hit it, your shell will go through and you'll do no damage because your shell will hit the ground. I managed to kill him anyways, and now only one enemy remains, this T-64B, and we can snipe him from the hill there in the flank. He fires at me, and I go backwards because my hit points are kinda low and he can kill me. So I try to play smart here. I don't want to lose this game because one of my teammates looks to be AFK. I'm not sure though. No, he's not AFK. I don't think he is. But I want to play cautious. I don't want to get killed here. And my teammate manages to pick the kill, and we win the game. And not a bad game again. As you can see here, the post game results: 2000 damage, 1 kill. Not a bad game. So this game here could go very wrong, and yeah, you see that happened again. A chieftain of our team went forwards before the timer finished counting, and he crashed. Now he had 10 hit points, and one of my teammates just shot him down. Like you can kill your allies when they have 10 hit points, like when they are crashed basically. So you can see there are 3 enemy tanks, 2 chieftains and 1 T-62. I don't have what am I doing there? I just thought, what am I doing here? Look at my hit points. They managed to take almost all of my hit points just in one poke. They were firing at my turret, and now when they are distracted, I poke and I take some shots at them. But one of the chieftains is watching at me. My shots goes underneath him, and he misses me as well because I retreat. Now I have 400 hit points left. And I engage him again. I managed to pick the kill, and this T-62 looks like he's AFK. He's crashed, and we managed to kill him as well. Now I go forwards and I engage the chieftain, but I'm cautious because he can one-shot me at this point. So I'm taking fire from the other enemy tank, and now I decide to back off and to play a little bit more carefully, to wait my teammates, and there we go, he has been destroyed and 2 more enemies remain. I keep an eye on this enemy which is on my flank because I don't want him to kill me. And I managed to hit the chieftain there, and again in the flank, which is pretty nice. And I managed to pick the kill. Now is the last enemy remaining. It's hiding behind that house, and he's dead. And we managed to win this game as well. Not that bad game. I showed you that this game because it could go really wrong, but it turned out to be a quite nice game there. So, final game today. We are here on this map with the hill, and the teams, both teams are pretty even. So I'm heading for the top of the hill this time. I want to use the gun depression on the Patton to get the first shots off on the enemies who climb up. That's my plan originally, and I want also to hide behind this little ridge, which is right here, but I can see that my teammate's quite aggressive there, and I push forward. So I think this is a T-55 there. I managed to put 2 shots in him, and I back off, but he hits me anyways, in the turret though, and I hit him again, and he's taken out by my teammate. So we continue forwards, and I can see that on my left there is an enemy, but I don't pay attention because I just saw 3 enemies which are not paying attention to me. This means free damage, of course. I'm firing here on the front of the MX-30B because I want to take him out first. You could argue that I could fire on the flank of the chieftain and do more damage, and you're right. I don't know why I decided to fire the MX-30B instead of the chieftain's flank. I thought at first that the MX-30B was pointing his rear at me and I wanted to take some rear shots, but it turned out to be his front armor. So I managed to take out the chieftain, and my team manages to take out one of the MX-30Bs, and now I'm looking behind me, and I saw that the T-64 of the enemy team is behind me and he's fighting against my teammate. So I decided to go full ham and support my teammate. Unfortunately I missed my first shot, and now I can start hitting him, and at this point we are being capped, and unfortunately my teammate dies. I couldn't save him, and now it's one-on-one engagement against the T-64. Managed to sneak a shot in his flank, miss his rear though, and now I take him out with a rear shot. And now I can go back at the base and see who capped us. I think it was the one of the MX-30Bs, which managed to escape from my teammates and went behind us. So as you can see on the minimap, he's surrounded, and we can take him out as well. There he is. Don't know what he's doing there. I tried to shoot him at midair here, but he dodges it like ninja, and that's pretty cool. My second shot goes in though, and I'm pretty confused. Why is he heading in that direction? But I realized that my teammates are in the other direction, so he didn't have a choice, and I managed to take him out as well. So there we go. That's the M48 Patton for you. I like this tank. It's a pretty good tank. The other thing, the worst thing about it is that it will face tier 2s and tier 3s very often, and so you must learn to play like a low tier in it. And yeah, this will be for this tank review. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. This always helps me a lot. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you on the battlefield.